Welcome back to the TriFecta Airsoft podcast. I'm your host, E-Rock. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already so you never miss another podcast. Also, do me a favor. Go on to whatever podcast app you listen to us on and give us a rating and review. That really helps us rank in the searches. Thank you so much. Let's get into the podcast. Welcome, dude.
Thank you. How you doing today?
Pretty good, man. How are you?
All right, hanging in there.
I like your patches.
Thank you.
Don't be a dick, right? It's like the most the most basic common sense rule on the field.
Yes, sir.
Hell yeah, man. So you are a call sign Reaper. Is that right? So that's your call sign on the field, right? Reaper?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Because your Instagram name is Merchant of Death as well?
Yeah.
Nice.
There's so many people on Instagram with the Reaper, even people who aren't in Airsoft, so I figured I'd just change it up a tad bit, just make it something different.
Right. Yeah, that's cool, man. Hell yeah. So how'd you get Reaper?
Got asked this question before. So I'm a little more comfortable with the dark side of our world, which is death. A lot of people run from it, that it's inevitable, and a lot of people want to elongate it. Something that's made me more comfortable with people passing is just accepting it, So
right.
I've always been attached to the Grim Reaper. He comes, collects the souls, takes you down where you got to go. So it's just, I was out there delivering kills and it just came up. That's just it. I move like a blur. And when you see me, by the time you see me, you putting your hand up and walking back.
Yep. That's it. Yeah, that's funny. How many people, even as older adults, still have not accepted the fact that death is a part of life. Like you cannot get out of it. Yeah. And I feel like, you're right. There's so many people that are just so like they ignore it because they're afraid of it. And like don't even want to talk about it. You ever, people they talk about like setting up like a will or something or some kind of the court legal shit or whatever, so that your family doesn't have to let the state deal with it when you pass away
and all of that.
Right. And like even getting people to talk about prepping for that, the legal side of it, man, they don't even want to talk about it. It's like, bro,
it's coming.
It's coming like every minute of every day. Like you don't know.
Yeah.
So I don't. Yeah, it's I've always been one to really not worry about it too much. As an adult, as a kid growing up, I guess kind of like
freaks you out.
Yeah, freaks you out when you're a teenager.
Yeah, that's a big uncertainty. Where am I going? What am I doing? It's the day to day, and then you're trying to figure out what you can do. To elongate it. You figuring out, I'm gonna avoid this. I'm not gonna put myself in this position. And then you're missing out on stuff. You're not living life fully because you're scared you're gonna die. So you're missing out on stuff that's gonna help you live.
Yeah, for real.
And I learned that at a young age, man. So it was only right. Like I said, I'm a blur out there. By the time you see me, that hand is up. You walking back.
Hell yeah, man. Well, we met through Instagram, and I'm guessing a handful of people that I've done podcasts with already. Like maybe follow on Instagram and that kind of thing.
Yes, sir. Like Death Row. I just did a podcast with him.
Saw that.
Swervo, Gorilla Gun Club, Swervo.
Oh yeah.
Taco, Sicario, GQ.
Yep.
Yeah, and then I know some of the other people you've done, like Call Sign Blue.
Oh yeah.
Call Sign Pumbaa. I've seen some of your other interviews. I know some of those guys.
Hell yeah, dude. That's cool, man. Yeah, I love meeting other airsofters through the people I've done, the podcast with. It just kind of keeps, that's how it's been growing. Like I don't run out of guests because as I'm talking with somebody, they're like, oh, you need to talk to this person. Or have you met this guy yet? Like this dude's cool, man. You got to talk to this guy. When I was doing the one with Cujo, or before I did the one with Cujo, he so many people talked about him, in the Speed QB arena and stuff. I was like, oh, I got to look up this guy because, and that's how I found a lot of people, you know, I saw your stuff too. So you're on the West Coast,
Yes, sir.
and uh, Gorilla Gun Club, you know, Taco and Swervo and those guys, they're on the East Coast. They're out here in Georgia. You know,
Yeah.
I'm in South Carolina. They're in Georgia.
Okay.
So yeah, man, it's been really cool to meet all you guys through other players that you guys have, you know, interacted with online or followed each other.
Yeah,
Hell yeah,
that's
man.
crazy.
That's good. Well, I just got off a podcast with it wasn't supposed to go that late. So it was supposed to start at 9 with a whole group of guys. There were 6 of us on the podcast. And so getting that many people together was, you know, it took a minute to set up anyway. Well, then
Yeah.
my co-host, Mr. OT, he's in Memphis. There's a hailstorm like 10 minutes into the podcast. I'm talking, he starts going like this, and we're like, bro, what are you doing? He's like, dude, there's a like, I think my roof's coming down. Like, there's a hailstorm. So
Jesus.
he actually got off the call while we were still talking, and he sent us a short video of him holding a golf ball size hail from his
RIP
backyard.
to all the cars out there.
Dude, holy shit.
RIP to all the cars out there, man.
I'm telling you. Anyway, so it was kind of a clusterfuck at some point,
Yeah.
or different points in the video. So it went a little longer, but I was like, bro, I gotta wrap this up. All right, next, because we were doing some questions and stuff. I was like, hurry up and answer. Okay. I got another podcast in like 15 minutes. So anyway, but
No
yeah,
worries, man. No
yeah,
worries.
dude, I was glad you're able to get on tonight.
Oh yeah.
So
Same here.
I appreciate you, man.
I appreciate you for having me out.
Hell yeah.
It's
So
really appreciative.
are you originally from California?
Actually, no. I'm from Detroit. Born and raised in Detroit.
Shit.
We moved a lot because of my mom's job.
Yeah.
So we ended up in a few different places, and California was the last place we ended up. And actually, we were in San Diego for 3.5 years, and it ended up coming out to Sacramento, 2020.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice, man. Yeah, I still got family in Detroit. Well, Sterling Heights, right outside Detroit.
No, that's that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I've driven through Detroit a handful of times. And then one of the guys I served with in the military was from Michigan as well. I think can't remember the name of the town, but it was right outside of Detroit as well. So I've been there, you know, through Detroit traffic a handful of times.
I heard
no,
that.
thank you.
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah, man. 75% of the drivers in Detroit are uninsured.
I'm telling you now. Well, they hate the fucking roads, bro. Those roads are fucking tore up, at least back when I was driving through there. The highways,
They still
potholes everywhere.
Yes, sir.
And those concrete areas, you know how they have those cuts in the concrete, and it's just either you're hitting a pothole or you're hitting those lines that's just like dunk 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 dunk. Like, bro, turn the music up louder.
Hope you got a good suspension on the car, because it's gonna be a bumpy ride.
No shit. Yeah, for real. Hell yeah, man. So how do you like California compared to, do you like the weather out there?
I'm not gonna lie, I miss the 4 seasons, the full 4 seasons.
Yeah.
I grew up with it. I'm used to it. So it's a little weird that it doesn't snow and I gotta drive so far for snow, but
yeah.
I do like the sunny all the time. You can't beat that, man.
Oh, I know. You know, it's hard to complain about it because it's such nice weather. But how old were you when you guys moved from Detroit to Cali? Do you remember? Like a young kid?
Nah, 22, 23.
Okay, so you went through all the, you know, growing up with Christmas time, with snow,
and then
your first Christmas out in Cali with no snow. Did it feel weird?
Very weird.
No shit,
Very
dude.
weird.
Yep.
Very weird. It's just, you know, it's hard to get in the spirit when you don't see that white stuff on the ground, man.
It is.
Even when you know it's coming late, like, you know, in Detroit, sometimes it'll snow late, but you know it's coming. You know, It's still cold, it's rainy. The rain is freezing over, so you get a little slush here and there. But yeah, it was definitely weird not having snow my first Christmas.
I did the same thing when I went in the military. I grew up in Cleveland, Cleveland,
Okay.
Ohio. So not it was like an hour or so where I was at, an hour, maybe an hour and a half to Michigan border.
Yeah.
And so when I went in the military, most of my duty stations were hot. And that first Christmas, I was like, bro, this feels weird as fuck. Putting lights and shit. And I'm
There's
like,
no
it
snow
doesn't,
out. Like
it just doesn't
it's
make it.
so weird.
Christmas trees, Christmas lights, you go to the stores and the Christmas music on, but there's no snow. It just doesn't feel like it, man.
Not at all.
No. Oh yeah. So I guess how did you go from did you play airsoft in Detroit?
No, I
Oh,
didn't.
okay.
And that's what's crazy. It's fields out there. I was playing with airsoft guns as a teenager and a
Gotcha.
child, just playing with my brother or my friends, just shooting each other up, but
Yeah.
never organized. And I didn't even play in San Diego. I didn't start playing until the beginning of this year.
No shit. Okay.
Yes, sir. Our first game was in April.
Yeah.
It was a night game, and we took off from there.
Damn. Okay. And how did you end up going to your first game? How'd you get into that?
Uh, so I was working at my old job, and my brother was trying to get me to quit because it was just a shit place. And one of his selling points about coming to where he works was it's an airsoft store right across the street.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so I was like, okay, you got me. And we would go to work, we would go over there, talk to the guys, cruise a few times. And Christmas was rolling up, and I went to buy him a gun, and I wanted to play with it, but I didn't want to show him his present. So I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna go get me a gun. And I got a little spring MP5
Okay.
that I was just playing with. I was like, it's not enough.
Right.
It's not enough. So I went and got an ARP9. We grabbed some gear and started kind of building the collection. We would just bide our time. So about December, November, we started collecting gear. And the guys at the store that we go to, they have a little piece of paper that says where to play. And we picked the field that was closest, and we went out there, and the first game was a night game, and I talked my brother into doing that, and we started from there.
Hell yeah. That's cool. So how was your first game?
It was a little bit of what I expected,
Yeah.
and then it was a little bit of what I didn't expect. First, it
Okay.
was a night game, never
Right.
played at the field. We did have a few games with a little sunlight, so we were able to, learn the layout of the field a little bit. But it's guys that's been out there that go there every day. That's their home field,
Yep.
so they know it back of their hand.
Yep.
With their eyes closed, they running around flanking us. And then they allow feathering at that field. They don't care if you got a binary trigger. They allow
Gotcha.
you to shoot 2.8. It's a 0 foot engagement, so it's pitch black, and all I see is guys behind me just in my back with 3 shots, and I'm like,
Oh,
oh god, yeah.
damn. Yeah.
It was a little shock, but I definitely I fell in love, man. It was so easy to just want to do it more.
Yeah.
Uh, Getting
Well,
shot up like that definitely made me want to get better.
see, that's what I was going to ask you because that's what if you listen to the one I talked with Swervo, he had the same thing. I asked him about that, how was his first game? I said, did you get any kills? He's like, no, man. He said, I didn't know the field. It was, this and this. And I said, but it didn't deter you. Like you were like, fuck this. I'm going to learn it and I'm going to get better.
Yeah.
It
And then I
sounds
got a
like that's
camera in every game. I would watch my footage. I would
nice.
watch when I got killed, and I'm like, oh, I could definitely do that different. I could definitely approach that room different. I
Yeah.
could definitely, when I notice somebody like this, I can come at it this way instead. So I'm always watching my footage, watching when I'm getting killed. If I see people, like some of the people I play with, they send me footage of them catching me. So I want to see what I look like from their perspective coming in the room.
Yeah.
They don't know they helping me, but they helping me. So I just watch my footage. A lot of that definitely.
Yeah. Oh, that's good, man. Yeah, that's smart. Good way to use it. Okay. Hell yeah. Now what were you running your first game? What gun? The ARP9?
Yep. And a Poseidon Orion. It was a 17 clone.
Okay.
And it sucked ass. I played with it a few games, and then I went and bought a 4.3.
Gotcha. So what sucked about it? When you pulled it out to use it, it didn't work?
No, it did. It just the slide was a little. It just wasn't as responsive as I liked it to be.
Yeah.
It's a little laggy, a little clunky. You know, the TM, even with stock parts, you know, you can slam that trigger and it just goes.
Right.
So I was looking for something for more competitive play.
Gotcha.
You know, and that's more. I think that's more Mill Sim, just a look kind of thing. You know,
Uh-huh.
here's a quick sidearm. So it just
Yeah.
wasn't for me.
I hear you, man. We got most of the guns we got on our YouTube channel were from unboxings. You know, the mystery boxes that were the Evic BOAs, Evike BOAs,
Yeah.
and you know, some of their guns, most of them were fine, but some of them were, you know, the restock, like, or the return gun. You know, it'll say on the tag like uh refurbished type of, you know, rebuilt or whatever, you know, and so there were a few that, bro, this thing's like chopping BBs, like shooting two BBs or trying to, and then we're, you know, we'll do a couple shots, you know, it's an AG, we'll do a couple shots, and then we're like, man, something's wrong with this. We'll tip it down, BB rolls out the
It's
barrel.
falling out.
I'm like, what is this? Taking the mag out, like, what the fuck? We try different mags, you know. It seems like that's a common thing when you don't get, you know, a decent gun or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's definitely worth it. I've learned that. You know, if you don't spend the money, you definitely end up paying more. It's gonna suck down the road.
Yeah. Yeah. For somebody that's going to play maybe like once or twice a year, they're not really into it. They're just going to play with their friend, you know, it's kind of like just like a social thing. They could get, you know, something cheaper that whatever, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
But if you go the first time, which and really get into it, which is most of people is what's happened to most people I've talked with on here, no matter who they are, no matter what country they're in, that, you know, once they go the first time, like they're like, okay, I want to do
That's
this,
it.
you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it.
You got to get the good, you know, you got to get the goods, man.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Swervo was talking like, yeah, I went the first time, we got shot up, did this, and I went back and I got $700 worth of shit, you know. It was like, I said,
That part of the
dude,
interview that had me dying. That had me dying.
oh, he's a
But
good man.
that's how it is. Like
Yeah,
this game, you know, I bought my gun and it was like tracers mandatory or well tracer BBs, flashlight or tracer required. I
gotcha.
went and bought a flashlight, went and bought a tracer.
Yeah,
I got it all. I was just prepared. You know, I'd rather be ready. I got a sling, you know, I got my ammo pouch for my chest rig, everything. It just was,
nice.
you know, I decided to just, you know, be ready. I'd rather
Yeah,
be ready than have need something and not have it, and I'd rather have it and not need it.
yeah, for real.
Did not want to be caught with my pants down.
Yeah, I fucking hate that, bro. For
Yeah,
real. Yeah, anything in life, you know, I like to be prepared. Yeah,
definitely.
good deal. Yeah, man. So, you just started in April, your first game, uh, and this is what, October. So it hasn't even been a year. And so, how, you know, how, do you play like every weekend, every other weekend?
Every weekend for the most part. My work schedule is pretty inconsistent, but Sunday is the guarantee off day. So Sunday is
Gotcha.
the day I play. Sunday is the
Okay.
airsoft day for sure.
Now, do you prefer the indoor or outdoor?
I definitely prefer indoor.
Yeah.
Lot more honesty going on there.
Okay.
Uh, tracers help. You can follow your own shot.
Right.
No wind to equate for. Uh, it's just a better, and it forces you to play closer. Whereas some of these outdoor fields, you know, you got a lot of space to shoot across the floor at
Yeah.
each other. You got a lot of space for the wind to take your shot. You know, it's
Hmm.
causing frustration for nothing because you're thinking you're hitting somebody and you're not. So, you know, indoor takes a lot of that frustration out. And then it's the refs. They got the floor refs in most indoor places. They walking around. They can help monitor the game.
Right.
Some of the field I play at that's indoor. Uh, they got usually four refs, two on each side of the field, walking around with shields, and then they have usually 2 to 3 refs up on the kill house, and they have a platform so they can see the whole field,
Right.
not just the kill house. So it's a lot more watching
Oh,
going
that's
on.
cool.
A lot easier to monitor it, like I said, because a lot of people use tracers because they indoors.
Yeah.
So it's just I definitely prefer indoor.
Okay. Now, do you play in an area where there's some of those bigger teams like who's out on the West Coast? SYG, um, Murder
I don't
Inc.
I
Are they
don't
out?
play any. No, I don't play around any of those guys. We do have a speed team, Tacos.
Yeah.
Um, they play at the Roseville place where we played our first
Okay.
game. It's a couple like local teams that go to Sac County Airsoft. They do speed tournaments and stuff out there. Uh, I don't know the names of the teams.
Yeah.
I mean, I get a lot of offers from speed teams though, like people who see me play, on
Right.
Sundays and stuff. And like, hey, if you ever want to play speed, hit me up. Come join. But
Yeah.
it's not my style. I can't get with it.
Yeah, I hear you. Well, I've talked with so many people about the Speed QB tournaments, and I like to watch them and learn
Definitely.
about these guys that play them and stuff. And I followed Demo on Instagram for quite a while, and I think he's recently part of SYG. I don't know how long he's been on that team, but everyone I've talked with for the Speed QB stuff is talking about SYG. And who did Lobo? When I talked with King Lobo, he said, oh man, I can't remember the team name, but I think they're, most of the Speed QB like tournament teams that are kind of well known, I guess, around the West Coast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know full auto only.
Gotcha.
Uh, Syndicate,
I've,
I think, is the name of one.
yep. Yeah, I follow them.
Um, full auto only Syndicate, and then that's really it. Like I know a few players.
Okay.
I don't know like their team names, but I do know
Right.
a few speed players that I like. I like watching, like you said, but it's just I'm too competitive for that. I think I don't think I would my attitude would mix well with that kind of style of gameplay. So I'd rather stay away from it.
Yeah, I hear you, man. Yeah, I see some of these videos, man, where they're these tournaments and stuff where these some well, I've seen one recently where the ref just took points away from this team because it was both teams were down to one. So it was 1v1. Guy runs around, gets the better of this other guy, runs around behind him. He didn't see him and shot him. And it just came around the corner and shot real quick. So and I hit him in the back of the head. So the ref took points away, even though that's allowed. Like there's no
That's
rule
crazy.
against that.
That's crazy.
Uh, so I talked with somebody about that on the podcast like a month ago, and I was like, dude, that would fucking piss me off, especially if this is an actual game that goes towards your team's points
Yeah,
to these tournaments.
yeah.
Yeah, that shit.
And it's just the same thing that I'm noticing like with local play. A few players they've been doing it for a while. They know the refs.
Yeah,
They cool with the refs, so the refs looking out for this team because
yeah,
that's my boy over there. So I'm gonna definitely call in favor of him.
yeah.
I noticed that a lot.
That's
Like just
frustrating.
with local players, going around some of these fields, like at nope, not even gonna say the name of it.
Yeah, that's all
Like
right.
at one of my fields that I go to,
Yeah.
it's a video that a player posted, and the ref is like, "Hey, dude, it's an enemy over there." Giving them direct location of where
Oh,
he is.
hell no.
And it's like, bro, you the ref. You're not supposed to be doing stuff
Oh,
like
that's
that.
fucked up.
Yeah,
Yeah, you know what I think too is some of these guys, they were players at that field, and they're there all the time. So then they're like, hey, the field owner or whatever is like, hey, would you like to ref? We're down, somebody couldn't come in or whatever. And
Yeah,
so they end up kind of like filling in and more and more. And now they're a full-time ref there or something. So they play with a lot of those guys, even in the beginning. So they know, it's, yeah, that shit can be frustrating as hell. But
definitely.
I never, I don't see it very often because, a lot of it's not on video.
Yeah.
So, but I'm guessing that would happen quite
Oh
a lot.
yeah. Oh yeah. That's not the footage they're gonna share either.
No,
I was
hell
shocked
no.
when I saw it, when I was watching it.
Yeah.
I had to watch it like 3 or 4 times to realize what was going on.
Oh shit.
Like
Yeah.
I watched it, I listened to the audio. He shot the kid, and I'm like, wait a minute. The ref just told him where he was. I watched it again. I listened to it, and I didn't even get through the full video. I restarted. I watched
Yeah.
it again. I'm like, yeah, the ref really just, was like, hey, gave out precise, like he's coming out of this door of this building.
Right.
He's wearing this. Get him. Like, bro,
That's fucked up,
you
dude.
his UAV or what?
Uh, hey, back in my day, bro, that's called being a snitch, and
Yeah,
snitches get stitches.
yeah. Like that would have,
uh,
if I'd have been on the other side of that shot, I'd have been mad.
oh, for sure. Yeah. Yeah, I hear you. Well, yeah, that's I feel like if there was a standard or a higher standard, I guess, in the speed QB arena,
Yeah,
where it was more fair across the board, where that shit didn't happen so much. I feel like a lot more people would want to be a part, kind of get to the next level in, like to see how good they are. Hey,
yeah,
I want to be a part of this team. Yeah. Oh, they're supposed to be the best in America. Or maybe the players earn points, where it's all on the level playing field, and each player could kind of rank
rank
up
up
just
like a
like in a video
leaderboard.
game,
Yeah,
rank up in the leaderboards, national ranking system, whatever. But you can't have one like that when there's so many, it's not fair across the board at whatever field you go to.
yeah. It's I feel like not even just speed, but general play, Nielsen play needs to be held to a higher standard too.
Yeah.
Some of the stuff these refs do and let people get away with and not get away with, some of that stuff I would like to see changed for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's getting there. There's some tournament event holders like in Speed QB and in Milsims. Well, Milsims don't have tournaments. They should start that. But the Milsims, a lot of the Milsims are, they have so many different, it's such a big area that they're playing on, and there's so many different objectives that you don't really get, pinned down too much. It's not like you can spawn camp or whatever, too much, whatever. So, and there's helicopters flying around. There's fucking vehicles going with machine guns on them and shit.
Yeah, it's a lot of stuff going on at those things.
Yeah. Now, have you ever wanted to go to a mil sim?
I do, I do.
Okay.
Not necessarily Milsim West, but any kind of Milsim event,
Yeah.
I'm down to try. It's
Right.
definitely something on the airsoft bucket list.
Yeah. Oh, good. Yeah. Yeah. Don't go to your first mil sim for mil sim West, because it's that is like something you work towards, if you want to do, if you go to milsim and you like it, then that's kind of like the next step, because a lot of guys, they'll do the 40-hour events, the milsim West, and they'll some people don't, they're
Don't
like,
last.
bro, it's a long, it's kind of long,
Yeah, you got to dedicate 40 hours.
bro. Like
Yeah, no, I'm hip.
nonstop.
Yeah.
It ain't no.
No leaving to go to the hotel, no
Yep.
pooping in the bathroom, you outside. Yeah. Simulating the military. No,
You're
I
shitting
definitely
in the
get it.
woods, bro. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, I get it. I'm still down. That hasn't deterred me. I think the only
Right.
thing that's bothering me is where do I charge my batteries?
Yeah.
I think that's my only issue. How do I keep my GoPro charged for 40 hours? How do I keep my gun charged?
Yeah. You know who? Oh man, who was it? Tactical Face.
Never heard of
Uh,
them.
yeah, it was the one. I think it was like one or two before Swervo that
Okay.
came out. He's part of the tryhards. He was talking about the when he does go, he records every fucking thing, bro. Like everything, nonstop, the whole mill. You know, their team does a lot of mill sims, and he was telling me how he does not put a GoPro, or he doesn't put a battery in the GoPro. He runs it off of one of those like portable chargers,
Yeah.
uh, because when you put a battery in it and
It
then use
overheat.
the portable charger, it overheats.
Yeah.
So it runs straight from that, and that lasts longer than the batteries.
Okay. Yeah.
So
I was gonna look into doing one of those.
yeah,
I was just talking to my girlfriend about doing that.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
they're cool. A lot of different things you can do to kind of, you know, fix that kind of shit or whatever. But yeah, he was like, dude, I don't miss 1 second of, I get everything all the time. I turn it on. He's like, I want to record everything. And I was like, okay.
Yeah. I need to be like that. I need
Uh-huh.
that. Definitely gonna look into getting one of those.
For sure, man. Hell yeah. Yeah, Milsims, there's a lot of good options, especially out where you're at. There's so
For
many
meal sim event.
fields.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I would say kind of close, but California is so fucking long, you know, so big. It might be a 8 hour drive, you know, I don't know.
Worth it for me, dude. I've driven. I've already So to play at the indoor field that I play at, it's an hour drive both ways.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So we do have an indoor field that's closer,
Yeah.
pretty small, and they're fairly new. So the Sunday crowd is not as uh full as the other place.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't want to spend my Sunday running around shooting at three people. That doesn't make for good footage. So, I
Dude,
go where the crowd is.
yes. I've said that so many times on earlier podcasts about how when I was a paintballer back in the 90s, it really sucks to go to the field and, you know, there's me and five other, you know, my buddies, and we go to the field and there's nobody there yet. Like we'll get there early when they first open because we're excited to play,
Yeah.
and there's nobody there. You're like, dude, we're not gonna fucking run 2 against 3 for the next 2 hours on an
Absolutely
open
not.
field. Man, it fucking sucks.
Yeah. Waste of time.
Yeah, it's good to have more targets.
Definitely.
Oh yeah,
The
man.
more people, the more people there I get, the more excited I am. Definitely.
No shit, right? So you got are you running your ARP9 still? Is that what you're running now?
Yep.
I love that gun, man.
That is my only weapon. Other than I got a Golden Eagle M870.
Yeah.
And then I got my 4.3, which is currently down. So I'm just to my
Okay.
shotgun and my rifle.
Gotcha. Yeah, I think I saw one of your pictures on your Instagram. It's either you, I couldn't tell who was who. It was you and a buddy in your picture, and one of you just
Yeah,
holding a shotgun.
that's me. That's me with
Okay.
the shotgun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I tapped it, put a M4 mag adapter on it. I just plug her
Oh
up to the
shit.
hose and go. Yeah,
Nice.
love that thing.
Okay. The only shotguns we ever had were the ones that use the little shells that would shoot like 3 or 6 BBs at a time.
Yeah. You fill up the gas in the shell.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like
Yeah.
those.
Yeah.
Those shoot a little harder than your regular spring or gas
Right.
shotgun. I like those.
Yeah. Oh, my bad. We do have a spring. Actually, I'm looking at right now on this wall. It was a cheaper one. It looks cool, but it's a spring one, you know, instead of the gas. But the first two we had were the gas shells or
Okay,
whatever.
I
Yeah.
like those.
Yeah, those are pretty cool. I was really shocked and surprised that, you know, when we got it, because I didn't know anything about airsoft when we started our channel,
Yeah.
and never, you know, knew anything about the guns and all this shit. So when we got it in a mystery box, I was like, how the hell does this work? Like, this is, you know, and then they're like, oh yeah, you fill I was like, man, that's pretty damn cool. You know? Oh yeah.
It's funny watching everything progress.
Yeah.
Like I said, man, I just remember playing with AK-47s from Walmart, you know, and they don't cycle the way they cycle now. I remember being able to walk into a sporting store or something, and you know, just a plethora of different airsoft guns. Sure, they're not as good as what we got now, but I remember being able to buy just a regular old, just you know, 80, $90 rifle and or shotgun, just a
Yeah.
spring shotgun, no gas. You know, the rifle that you could hear the gears clunking as you pull the trigger. It was horrible, man. It was horrible. We've come a long way.
Oh, no shit, right? Yeah. Have you ever seen the tag-ins? The tag-in grenade launcher?
I want one.
Bro.
I want one.
So it might have been a year or so into our channel, starting our YouTube channel. One of our followers that we were kind of, talking with a lot and stuff, he bought the launcher. This thing's like $600 or something, just the launcher itself. And it attaches, it's under barrel, whatever, goes underneath the like an M4 or whatever on the rail. And this thing's heavy, dude. It's machined
Full
aluminum or
metal.
steel.
Yeah.
Like, dude, it's nice. Uh, and when we got it, I'm thinking it was like the other grenade launchers we had where, it was, I just thought it was real basic, right? Just lob it out there. No, man, these things, the grenades are rifled. The barrel is rifled. This thing shoots like a fucking rocket, dude.
Yeah,
I
so
mean, it'll shoot
it's
a
the
football
projectile
field.
one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it'll shoot a football field easy, easy. So it shocked the hell out of me. My boys, two of my sons are on, started the channel with me, and one of their friends that got them into airsoft. So they already had seen this in action at a milsim, and they're like, no, man, this thing shoots far. I'm like, it can't shoot that hard. There's no way. Like, where are you going to use it at? Like, you can't shoot somebody. Like, no, they use it for like anti-vehicle, taking out vehicles and stuff. And if you're far enough away, you can shoot it at groups
If
of people
somebody.
or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm like, whatever, man. So you see me on the video, this is all on our YouTube channel. I'm standing there, and my son fires the first shot. It was a dummy round. It wasn't explosive or anything. And this thing, I couldn't even see it. It was like a fucking bullet. And we had a tarp set up to like catch it. No,
Yeah.
it went through the fucking tarp and into the woods, bro. Okay.
Yes, sir. Bye
I,
bye.
oh, it's awesome though. But yeah, and the Reaper rounds that speaking of Reaper, they have rounds called Reaper rounds that's the ones you want. Okay. Those are the explosive rounds. And they're awesome, dude. They're awesome.
Explosive in what way?
They blow up like a fucking M80.
Okay.
You know the firecracker. You remember the M80s?
Yeah.
It's a huge fucking bang, bro.
Okay. I like that. I need to look into that.
Yeah. So I have, if you look up the video on our channel, and you can find them online anywhere, a bunch of videos from of tag-ins. Look up the tag-in, watch a couple of videos on those. And I also did a short or a Instagram reel that's on our Instagram. If you scroll way down, you'll see it says sound on, because I took it, I had the GoPro sitting here in slow motion. And when and my son fired across the top of it,
Yeah.
and you hear it coming in slow motion, and it hits the wall. We had these tables set up, right, propped up and shit, like just regular fold out plastic tables. It hits that and bounces. It hits it so hard it bounces past the camera. So yeah, dude, we kept moving the camera back farther and farther. It kept bouncing. This thing hits hard. So anyway, we did finally get one where it blows up in the in front of the camera. But you need to watch it. The sound is crazy, and I left it slow motion with the sound because it sounds awesome. But yeah, anyway, so the Reaper rounds are the shit. They're expensive, but they're the shit. That's what everyone gets when they go to a milsim. They'll usually be selling them in the store there, and everyone's like, yep, give me a couple of those, give me a couple of those.
I would definitely check it out. Yeah, I'm working on my milsim loadout. I definitely don't have enough to go do a 40-hour event. I'm definitely underprepared.
There's a lot of them though that they'll do like a 1 day mill sim,
Yeah,
12 hour.
I've seen some where they're 2 day, but they allow
Uh-huh.
you to leave, go back,
Yep.
prepare, get yourself together,
Yep.
come back in the morning and report.
Yep.
I'm definitely gonna weigh my options. I'm definitely gonna find me an event that fits my loadout.
Yeah, there's so they're starting to change them as well. They're doing like so the ones that my boys have gone to and that I went to with them in April, I think, was it's you'll play for it'll start Friday night if you want to do the night game. It's a separate ticket, but the main part of it is Saturday and Sunday.
Okay.
And so Saturday they do 3 sessions. So they'll do like 9 to noon. Then you take a break, right? So it's 3 hours of gameplay, full on, ready to go for 3 hours. And then you take a break, you come back at I can't remember, really, 2 o'clock or something, two to
Yeah.
five. And then they
Okay.
do one from 8 to 11. So it's kind of like a
Okay.
night, the night game for Saturday night. And then they play for like another 3 hour session on Sunday as well.
Okay.
So you get a break, when you're done Saturday night, everyone goes back and they have a big campground at this one, at the field we were at. Everyone's camped out. They got their pickups over here. They got tents set up. They got, whatever, like car doors propped open, music and shit, like, campfires and
Okay.
oh yeah, everyone's drinking and smoking, bro. You walk
I'm
through a
definitely
airsoft
down.
event, a milsim event, you're smelling alcohol and weed. Okay. After the games are off, I'm telling you, that's what it is. And it's fun, man. It's super fun. It's such a good hangout. Everyone's just hanging out, like chilling. The last one I was just talking with the guy that he says, man, we were hungry, and I went on my app or the Pizza Hut app, and there was one close enough that delivered to the field. He was at a milsim
And got pizza
and
delivered.
delivered. He ordered it while he was in gameplay. Like he just went behind cover, ordered a fucking pizza.
That's what's up. That's something I would definitely do. Have it hot and ready waiting on you,
I'm
man.
telling you now. Oh yeah. That's cool, man. Oh yeah. So what's your plans for the rest of this year? Do you guys have any events you're going to or anything you're looking forward to?
Uh, Not really. No events this year. Like I said, the loadout is not ready.
Yeah.
I can't I can't go out with what I currently have.
Yeah.
Well, just playing, just improving the gameplay,
Right.
improving the editing on the videos, try to grow the following on Instagram a little better.
Good.
Um, and at the end of it all, I really want to open my own field. That's kind of where
Nice.
I plan on going with it.
Yeah.
I definitely want to open my own field because as a player, I know what I want.
Right.
I know what I'm looking for when I walk into a field. And I give every place a chance. Like I said, I drive an hour to go play at the field I play
Right.
at. The furthest I've driven for airsoft is an hour and a half one way.
Okay.
And I had to wake up at 6 in the morning to do it.
Oh shit.
I'm dedicated. And I saw, like I said, I'll give everybody a chance, but just a lot of fields don't meet what I'm looking for, I guess.
Yeah.
And I want more of a meal sim feel in a general play game.
Gotcha.
I wanna feel like it's sure the team versus team is good and it's fun. The different game modes they do, infection, capture the flag, domination, deliver the package, bomb or whatever, stop the chemist, just team deathmatch. It's just a lot of other stuff I would want to do in that time,
Right.
and I feel like I could provide that at my own facility, and
Right.
that's my goal. That's my end game.
Hell yeah, dude. That's cool. Yeah, good. Yeah, we need more options out there.
Definitely, definitely.
Hmm. Yeah, good, man. So you said you're in Sacramento
Sacramento.
area?
Yep,
Yeah. Is that considered Northern California? Is that up like
it's
north?
NorCal. Yes, sir.
Okay. Gotcha. Past like Yosemite National Park and all that? Or you're not up as far as San Fran,
So
are you? The
no,
Bay? Okay.
I'm under. So it's San Francisco is up here on the edge, and then we're like down and in.
Oh, okay.
We are a little more inland, and we are not as
Right.
far north as the Bay is.
Gotcha. Okay. Oh yeah, man. Good deal. Now, you said you had to get up at 6 to drive this thing. Do you work, or your work schedule? Do you work like day shift? Do you have to get up early for work? Okay, so you were already kind of used to getting up early. You just don't like it.
Yeah, it's I wake up at 6 every day for work anyway, so my body is just on that schedule. On
Yeah.
Sundays, I wake up at 6. I start getting my gun bag ready, making sure everything is charged up.
Right.
Making sure I got all my clips, my everything I need to go have fun.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
Now you play, was it you and your brother?
yeah. And then we got another friend who plays with us.
Okay.
We all work at the same place, and we all started playing together.
Nice. Are you guys did you start an official team yet?
Not really.
Yeah.
We still working on that. Trying to get my brother to use my old GoPro. I've yet to get him to put that thing on and record some footage, man. But we are a team.
Right.
We already got a name for it and everything.
Okay.
Uh, and we are looking for more people to play with. We not just
Right.
exclusive to us three. Like, we down to play with anybody, as long as you call your hits
Right.
and you good at what you do, you can definitely come run with us.
Yeah, don't be a whiny bitch and don't be a dick.
That's the only two conditions, man. That's
I
the
mean,
only two
it's so
conditions.
easy. Just don't be those two things, okay? Like, what the fuck?
Really.
I hear you, dude. Oh yeah. So what is your do you have a favorite or an ideal or dream gun that you've been looking at that you want to upgrade to once you decide to do something else with your ARP9?
Dream gun, a honey badger. I definitely want a honey badger.
Nice. Yeah.
And then I wouldn't mind the AAP 01 with the carbine kit. I
Yeah.
prefer smaller guns.
Okay.
I don't like long rifles. I've never been the fan of a long rifle.
Yeah.
I prefer it a lot more compact, and it complements my gameplay style. So anything small, anything that looks cool and
Gotcha.
small is a dream gun of mine.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, the ARP9 is good, man. That's G&G is a good brand.
definitely. I made a solid choice with the first gun. I
For
feel like
real.
with very little knowledge of the airsoft field,
Right.
and it wasn't like I just went in there and looked at a price tag. I looked at the model of it, what it looked like. I held a couple of different guns.
Yeah.
I asked them to put the battery in. I pulled the trigger. I played with a couple of them, and that seemed to be the one that just spoke to me. So that's what I went with.
Nice. Did you see the
Yeah.
one Swervo had? He showed it on he showed it on there. He's got one and it's got the barrel is a little like longer than the
It's sticking out in the handrail.
uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I
I
would do
like that
that.
look.
I'm just scared to lose my tracer.
I hear you.
That's my thing. Like,
Yeah.
because I was gonna elongate the inner barrel of my 4.3 to a 5.1 inner barrel, but once I do that, yeah, I gain a velocity, but I lose my tracer, and that's my biggest setback. I need to see those things go pew pew.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, because a lot of those trace, or I guess all of them, the actual unit
It's
that
in the back.
lights it up is in the very front, I guess,
Yeah,
where the BB passes through. Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
and it's super hard to place those. So you got to put a 1,000 barrel extensions on it or whatever. It
Right.
changes the look of the gun.
Yep.
Now for a mil sim event, definitely. If
Right.
we
Right.
outside playing, just running around, I definitely slap a longer barrel on it. And I
Gotcha.
plan on getting some different guns, as time goes on to complement a different style of gameplay, definitely. But as of now, that shotgun, that pistol, and that little ARP9, it does it for me. It gets the job done.
Hell yeah. I love the look of that shotgun. When I saw that picture on your post, it's got that kind of old style look that looks like a sawed off, but
Yeah,
not as short.
not as short, but
But
it's
the
still got that
handle
old,
is
yeah,
the pump handle is natural wood color or the walnut color, instead
Yeah.
of like the one I have is, like the combat one. It's all, real thick and heavy. It's all black,
Yeah.
that wood one, man, it reminds me of like the mafia back in the day. You know what I'm saying?
That's why I got it, because the handle is wooden too, and it's it's
Yeah,
shaped. It's not just like a gun stock. It's got a little curve in it.
right.
I like it. I love it.
That's cool, man. Tell everybody where they can find you on online right now.
It's on Instagram. It will be Merchant of Death
Yep.
420. And TikTok is M.O.D 420. No, it's a dot after the D and then 420.
Mod.
Yep, with a dot in between all of them.
Right.
420.
Right. Merchant of Death. Duh.
Yep.
I'm sitting here trying to
Yeah.
think. Bro, it's late for me. It's like midnight and I've had like
No
4
worries.
cups of coffee.
I get it. No worries. No worries.
uh
I also got to give a shout out to my sponsors right quick. The guys
yeah.
over at One Stop Airsoft and Hefe Airsoft Solutions.
Right. Oh, dude, I totally forgot to ask you about that because you're so yeah, talk about the what did they Hefe Airsoft do for what was your pistol or you showed on your Instagram, you had just recently, I think, you had a picture of a gun with a patch or sticker or something from Hefe Airsoft.
Oh, that's one of the custom builds they do on the AAPO1.
That's
That's
what it
not
was.
my gun. I
Okay,
wish it
okay.
was. But he upgraded the internals and the externals on that thing. I
Right.
mean, he is sick with the AAPO ones.
Yeah. It looked awesome.
Yeah, yes, it did. I'm
Okay.
definitely gonna end up grabbing one from him.
Right. Hell yeah. Well, you have a good night, man. I appreciate you.
All right, thank you. You too, man. Talk to you later.
Talk to you soon.